Hey.
Hey, rise and shine. It's time for D is for drama. I'm your host.
Sorry. Don't say sorry. It's your podcast.
I'm your host, Shannon D. And today I am joined by singer, actress, comedian, and TikTok's #1 golden girl, Missy McIntosh.
Yes. Hi.
She's here.
I'm here. And we're in my apartment.
We are in New York City. I'm still here.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a very long time.
Yeah, since you moved to New York.
We used to be actors together.
And she was in my web series, I think, and she moved immediately after. So I was a little like, oh, well, interesting.
You would too. You would too.
She was a faceless creature. She could have just been doing voiceover, but I made her wear the heaviest helmet that ever lived.
Actually, was this a SAG project? Because I probably could have called the union on your ass.
You should have.
It was August in Los Angeles. I had a 20-pound, really ventless
bowling ball. It's a web series.
It's actually really good.
Thank you. About aliens. And Missy was not aware that her face was not going to be in this project at all when she signed on. I thought I explained it good enough, but I don't think I did. I told her she'd be in a spacesuit, not that she would be truly faceless the entire time and under duress.
Under heat stroke. Yeah. It's crazy though, because like when you're in your 20s and you're in LA,
yeah,
and you're trying to be an actress,
you'll do anything.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
I don't really give a flying bee sting.
She got sick.
Oh
like
yeah,
the
it was
last
really
day.
ill.
Which
this
and
was
then
actually really
months later,
traumatic set.
It was. And then months later, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that I did get insurance. Like I probably could have gotten you like a doctor's appointment or like a massage or something.
I wonder if that's redeemable now because I'm in
Should
desperate need for health insurance. I'm suing. By the way, this is actually reminding me, you should lawyer up after this episode. No, it was good. It was classic. Classic LA's kids making their own stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. I literally put my blood, sweat, and tears into this project for like 2.5 years, and I immediately hated it after.
Yeah.
I hate it.
What is that?
I won't even look at it. I can't even think about it. And
first of all, it's a very, I thought it was done so well. I mean, it's a very tall order.
Oh, yeah. I basically made a feature film. I think I regretted it immediately because I hated the pilot episode, which is the one that got the most views. And I immediately was like, I wish I just made it in a short film, more condensed,
so everyone could
just see it. And because the better episodes were later and not a lot of people were watching them.
It sucks though, because it's like by the time you put it out, like you're so fucking over it. And there's like a point in a creative process where you're just like, I hate this so much.
Yeah.
But it's like no one else has seen it. I have a hard time even like performing like the same jokes on stage or the same songs like 2 times. And it's like, think about Taylor Swift on the Eras Tour singing fucking Cruel Summer.
Oh, yeah.
7,000 times. Putting her bussy into it.
I wonder if they feel that way with songs, though. But I guess because you're
I do. I mean, my song, No Shot, I was sick of before I released it.
Oh, yeah. I loved that, though. It
was
stuck in my head for a whole week at least.
Stream it.
What's it called? No Shot?
No Shot.
But I did see, I think it was like a TikTok or something, and they were talking about how your taste always outgrows your
like production.
Yeah. Like it always outgrows whatever you did.
Good.
Yeah. Because you're always striving for more.
Well, listen, I've learned anything this year. It's that my brain is broken and it will ruin anything that's good.
Ain't that the truth? That's like the theme of the year.
It's like as soon as like stuff that I wanted to happen started happening, I'm like, well, it sucks actually. It's like
I can let myself live in the happiness of it for
1.2 milliseconds.
Well, let's tell them a little bit about your crazy year.
Okay. Hey, so I was pursuing comedy acting. I don't really know what in particular, but kind of anything that would stick.
You had a podcast at one point.
I had a podcast. We
really just tried it all.
Everything. Yeah, I don't know. I moved to New York. I was kind of done with LA. Then the pandemic like totally paralyzed me. I like basically gave up on everything. I made music. I was making like earnest music. Nothing really seemed funny. And
I felt that way after the pandemic too.
Yeah.
Like I definitely think because my web series came out during that. And then after that, I was like, well, now what?
Yeah. And I also was just like, for the first time in my life, like relaxed.
Yeah.
Because everyone was stopped.
I wasn't do anything.
No one, I didn't feel behind.
Was gone. Yes. I wonder if other people felt that way or just
my
people in the
industry. My nervous system was like, babe, like get fat.
Enjoy it.
Drink a bottle of wine every hour.
Every hour.
And play beer pong with your brother at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Like, and write music.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. And yeah, I kind of just went back to working in restaurants, even though I said I never would, just to kind of get a social life back. And
okay.
I met a friend that like really like set my, not to sound gay, he's a gay guy, but I had a friend that really set my soul on fire, I guess.
Aww.
And like put like comedy back in, like he just like made it so fun to like fuck around again, and like that sense of play that I've never lost. But we would just like be fucking around at work. We would be making crazy videos. You know, we would make these TikToks that would get like 1 view. And I'm talking about Marty Miller, everybody. I was getting dumped for the 2nd time. So I was upset, and Marty and I like went to upstate to a lake, and then we went to dinner and made a video. And that was like our first video that went super viral.
Oh, okay. It was those characters.
Yeah. Yes. There was no thought behind it. We just like were laughing.
Because they're kind of like,
they've also
Swedish?
Changed. They also like
Swedish, Russian.
If anyone knows what it is, like, please let me know.
Give them a little taste.
Wow. It's very much like a bot that is like somehow a motivational speaker.
Yeah. Golden girl.
Yeah, and always
And
putting a
eyes.
positive twist completely on everything and making the most of all on top of the words that you could ever possibly completely be saying. All at the same time combined.
The one in the mirror is the best.
Yeah, so
I
then
can't
we started
believe
doing
this
them
piece of
separately.
glass.
Whatever. Anyways, they blew up, and basically our whole lives changed because of it, and it's been insane. But the reason why I'm saying our brain is broken is because I still find reasons to complain.
Yeah. She's finally gotten what she wants, and life is still
And
shitty.
life
So
sucks, 'cause I still can't get a date to save my life. And imagine having to explain this.
That's so
I went on a
true.
first date with someone that I was like, just get back out there. And the hostess was like, I love your TikToks.
Oh no.
And I was like,
shut the fuck up. I'm trying to fuck this guy.
Shut up.
I know. Why is anything creative embarrassing?
So cringe.
It's so embarrassing.
It's cringe mountain
Like
ball.
anything I do, I'm always like, well, and it's just like a small part. Like I'm always walking back anything I ever
Yeah, it's like,
do.
why can't I just be like, no, this is what I do? Because guess what? I have no marketable skills. So it's a good thing I'm finding a way to make it way through this life.
To make it work because we have nothing to offer because we are the little sisters.
Exactly. Period. Sorry, I really went off on a tangent there.
And that is going to be the theme of the day.
Yes, sister girls.
But really quick to wrap that up, after all of this blew up, she then was the, what do we call it? The host of the In Style magazine Red Carpet. She interviewed Queen Lisa Rinna.
Yeah, Rinna.
Lana Del Rey.
LDR. I really boofed that one. First of all, I don't think it's a boofed. I meant to say biffed. I boofed Lana Del Rey.
I think that's like a
That's like
sexual
you
thing
put up
with
your ass.
poop. It's like an upper decker or something. Okay. All right, so tell them what happened.
I didn't really know the extent of it all. I thought I was just kind of making a video for Tresemme. And then they were like, also, if you could do like host the In Style
With
things.
Celebrities. I would be boofing my pants.
I would be boofing it out. I don't know. I somehow disassociated and was just like, just go.
Yeah.
And like, don't think about it. My only thing is that when we were kind of like going in between, like doing stuff for Tresemme and doing stuff for In Style, and for Tresemme, we didn't have a mic. So I had to really project. And for the red carpet, I had a mic. And so I was so loud.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Tough to watch. The 1 second clip of Lana Del Rey where I was brave and I'm like, so how's married life?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's gonna be really happy. And her publicist is like in the background, like,
oh really? Because they didn't.
And I was like, awesome. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I'm so
My friend
glad.
was like, awesome. I'm so glad it's the cultural reset we all needed. I also just looked like I could eat all of the celebrities. Like I looked like I could like
small.
be like be 5'5". But people were commenting like, how tall is the whole?
That's That's my worst nightmare.
And they're like, and also it's like the angle, like my arm is like the worst angle. I look like I'm a bodybuilder. It's like it couldn't look worse.
I think
and she's
maybe
like
you
this
were just closer
frail,
to the
like little
camera.
angel fairy, like next to me. Yeah, it was like
you were like close to
0.5.
the camera.
It was bad.
They said, "How tall is that?"
They were like, "What's the deal with that host? She's 100 feet tall and humongous."
I just know that feeling all too well.
It's like
we're
tall.
both very tall.
Yeah, we're both tall. And guess what? I'm only 5. Like there are taller people than 5'9", but you wouldn't know it by the way that people act when I'm walking these streets.
Same.
Yeah.
It's the cross we have to bear. There's good things about it, but
I will just, tall girls like really hate being called tall.
Oh, yep.
My friend is like taller than me, and she's
that's
so
what
upset.
the topic should have been. Tall girls today. Run it back.
All right,
Let's start
everyone,
over.
make an Instagram poll.
Well, I'm very happy for you because I've always
Thanks.
said I didn't understand why her tiki-talkies weren't getting the love that they deserved.
Well, now if I talk, people are going to comment on your things and say, I can't understand her.
Oh, God. Are people saying that?
I didn't know she was bilingual.
You can-
Just kidding. I love you all.
All right. So today the topic is little sisters because we are both the little sister in our family.
Tiny, tiny sisters.
Yeah. The smallest.
Petite.
So small. I'm taller than my sister. You taller than your brother? Is he tall?
No, my brother's like 6'1", I think.
Oh, okay. That's good. I'm the tallest
My family's
of my
big
whole
people.
family. Nope. My dad's 5'6".
How did that happen?
Tiny. It's in the family. He just missed it.
He missed the bus.
Yeah.
He forgot to take the shot.
But I'm about 20 months younger than my sister. We do toddler months in our family. We keep it very precise. 20 months apart. What are your guys' age gap?
I'm like 6 years younger than my brother.
Oh, you guys have a pretty good age gap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is an interesting age gap because it's like, have you ever seen those illustrations of like relationships with like lines? I forget the artist, but it's like, it's really powerful.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like you start out
and it's
close.
like you start out like kind of far away, and then there's like times where you become best friends with that age gap, and times where you're
it's like
strangers.
When you become an adult, basically, right? Because I feel like especially when it's opposite gender siblings.
Yeah.
I mean, the further the age gap, the more you are probably never going to have a relationship.
Yeah.
Depending on the family dynamic, I guess. But
I was so obsessed with my brother.
Really?
Yeah. Like when he went to college, I cried and cried and cried. I like, this is like creepy, but like I literally was like, I'm just gonna sleep with this pillowcase.
With his
It's
pillowcase?
like, what?
And all his oily, pimply.
It's like, what? As if he died.
His nose hairs.
I remember being like, Mom, can I sing at his graduation party? She's like, no, doll. No, doll. She's like, let's just keep it to Bluetooth.
Yeah. It's a Bluetooth.
I remember wanting to sing, for all those times you stood for me. I wanted to sing that for my brother at his graduation.
Joy you brought to my life,
for all the wrong that you made right.
Wow,
Yeah,
she
like,
really
that is like
loved
so
him.
embarrassing to admit. I really will do anything for content.
What are his thoughts on that?
I don't know if he
loves
knows.
it. Well, now he will. Send him the clip. I did a poll about birth orders and the intricacies.
Right.
Now I need a segment name for this. Right now it's just called survey/poll, which is really redundant.
Okay, let's call it Ask the Sheeple.
But that's kind of like
It's
Republican,
mean.
right?
Is it?
Don't they call us sheeple?
Probably. Ask the Snowflakes.
Ask the snowflakes. I like it. That's what it's gonna be.
What do the snowflakes say?
All right. So this segment is called Ask the Snowflakes. I asked, what is the best birth order to be in? What do you think?
Well, I'm going to go with mine. Youngest.
Youngest. That's what I say too.
The spoiled baby.
And I was trying not to be biased. And I even said that to people, let's please not be biased. And I asked, did you pick one that wasn't your own? 35% said, yes, they did actually pick one that wasn't their own. And 65% said that they did pick their own. So some people were not just completely biased.
Yeah.
But I do also think that it is difficult to not just go with what you know.
Yeah. But I mean, if you have a bad childhood, if you're the middle child, you get forgotten completely.
Is that the one that you think is the worst?
I mean, I think middle child is not as bad as I'm sorry, but only child.
No.
But that's not exactly a birth order.
Yeah, not
You're the
really.
youngest, oldest, and the middle, and you're the middle. when you're the
Yeah, you
only.
really are. You are basically, I feel like the only children bear the brunt of having to be the oldest sibling too. Where
Yeah.
it's like the oldest sometimes, not in every family, but is the one that's kind of like taking care of the parents more when they
Yeah,
get
it's like
older and
depending on
stuff.
your parents' emotional maturity too. It's like you probably have to take on a lot of your parents' stuff.
Yeah, and you don't have any like teammates to kind of like
Yeah,
talk about it with.
that would be hard.
I
It's
know.
making me like sad.
Don't be sad. I think a lot of people like it.
It always comes down to like whether like the eyes being on you, either too much or not enough.
Yeah. Or it's like you're their entire world.
Yeah.
And then you're just feel like you're living for your parents and what they want instead of your
Yeah.
own.
My parents did such a good job.
What?
Like, I feel so bad when people feel, like, guilty about their parents or, like
No.
I always have that a little bit when I go home where I'm just like, "I'm sorry if I'm not spending enough time with you," or something.
Yeah.
And my mom's always like, "Don't worry," and, like, I just appreciate that so much with my mom. Like,
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to handle a guilt
Same with my
situation.
parents because I have that too sometimes. We've even had situations where, like, because I felt like I was spending most holidays with my boyfriend's family, and I, like, a couple Thanksgivings ago, stayed with them, and I was like, "Well, I stayed because of you guys," and they were, like, upset about that because they were like, "No, we don't want you to do something because you're just doing it
Yeah.
for us." But I did feel guilty because my sister, she's a surf instructor in Hawaii, so her holidays are so busy because
Your
it's
sister's a surf
touristy.
instructor in Hawaii, I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that is what we call grabbing life by the cojones.
Yep.
What am I
It's
doing in Brooklyn?
But it's honestly kind of, not to go on a tangent, but it's customer service at the end of the day.
Right.
Like it's
But it's like she's in
tourism.
Hawaii.
Yeah, she's in the water every
Sometimes I wake
day.
up and I'm like, "Why am I not in Costa Rica right
So anyway, back to the Pokemon Go to the polls.
now?"
So I said what was the best birth order? 27% said oldest, 12% said middle, 45% said youngest, winning.
Winning, girls.
And then only child 16%. So actually
There is
that
some
goes to show you
recognition.
that only children really do like it. Because I don't think anyone was voting only children besides the one that were. Do you think? Let's be clear.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what
Unless
people
people
are up
hate their
to.
siblings and they're like, I
Yeah.
would love to be an only
I don't know what
child.
people are up to.
And then I said, did you ever wish you were in a different position?
Sometimes
And
I wish that I was an older.
you do? Why?
I just feel like I get the fucking shit hand sometimes.
Why is that?
I don't know if it's because I'm the youngest or if it's because I'm single. But I feel like sometimes I get like the single tax where I'm like on the cot
Gotcha.
on vacation at the foot of my parents' bed, and my brother and his wife get the beautiful honeymoon suite.
Well, I think that does have a lot to do with the single
Right.
thing. Because if you
But
guys
maybe if I was oldest,
switched,
I'd be married. Ever think about that?
28% said yes, that they do wish they were born in a different birth order, and 72% said no. So it seems like most people. I think I would say no because I personally would never want to be the oldest.
Yeah. You, for some reason, give oldest vibe.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would take that as a compliment
You should.
because I think youngest,
HBIC.
like
head bitch
my
in
one
charge.
friend, Kenzie, you know her, she's the oldest. Can you believe that?
That makes no sense.
She gives no inkling of
She's
oldest
a wild
child of
chica.
5 because she's nuts.
Of 5? Oh, girl. What the
She
hell?
seems like the youngest, right?
Yeah.
Or only child.
Yeah. She is so funny.
My listeners know her. I'll have to have her on next. Do you think oftentimes the oldest siblings have a lot more pressure put on
Yeah.
them, and they seem like they have like the weight of the world on their shoulders?
And they get in trouble more because they're like they're the first baby.
Yeah, and they get
They're the
parented
trial.
much differently.
They're the trial.
Yes. And there's usually, I've heard that parents are stricter with the first ones. And then by the time the youngest comes around,
They're like, yeah, whatever. He turned out fine.
yeah. And my mom was three girls, and the age gap between the oldest and the youngest was like 7 years. And so by the time she came around, no one was paying attention to her. And so she often says that she always feels like her opinion is always like, oh, it's just Charla. Like, it's just her having
name.
that. Charla?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
It's unique. All right. So then I followed up and I said, what is the worst birth order to be? What would you say?
I voted middle.
Yeah.
But I do think, I mean, obviously, like I said, only child making me sad thinking about it. But I
Yeah.
hope that all the only children don't feel sad and they're happy.
Well, funnily enough, only 11% said only child.
It was the worst.
Yeah, I thought everyone was going to vote that.
Yeah.
But 39% said oldest, 44% said middle, and then youngest, 6%. Winning again.
Once again.
Once again.
A sweep for the youngest.
It really is.
Winning the birth awards.
Yeah. Because there's not, it's either, yeah, like you are kind of like looser parenting rules. You can kind of get away with more maybe because you're not as strict.
And you're spoiled. Let's
And
just face it.
you get
like,
taken
let's
care
just
of
face it.
more. I definitely
Everyone's precious jewel.
Mm-hmm. And with Max's family, my boyfriend, he's the oldest, so then I'm a year older than him.
They say that's a good match for partners.
Yes, I could not be with another youngest child.
My brother doesn't seem like an oldest though. Like he's a mess too. I mean, not a mess, but like we're both slobs.
Yeah, he's not like type A.
Not like my dad. My dad's so type A, like OCD clean. But I think that's probably why we aren't.
Is he the oldest?
My dad? I actually don't know.
Missy.
I think he is the oldest. Oh my God. They're all like pretty close in age.
Oh yeah. That generation like popped them out every year.
Shit. I should ask.
We'll text him. We can call him in the middle of it.
That would be a good content.
Phone a friend. My sister was saying though, because I was asking her what she liked about, because she likes being the oldest, and she said that one thing she didn't like about it was that with our family, my mom and I are the youngest, my dad's in the middle, and then she's the oldest. So sometimes she feels like she's the oldest out of all of us, like the one that's like thinking about like the noise, like how loud we're being, and like having to take care of things because she's more aware of that than the rest of us naturally are.
Yeah, she's hosting.
She's hosting all the time, 24/7.
Listen, I get that.
But I definitely do think that birth order affects what your personality ends up being like.
Yeah.
Because that's like nature versus nurture, right?
Yeah.
So then you're getting treated differently.
Yeah.
When you're the youngest, you don't have anyone below
through
you.
Life.
But you don't have anyone to take care of underneath you.
Yeah, you can kind of just like breeze through.
Breeze on through.
Careless.
So winners.
Useless, honestly.
Yeah, truly. And then don't know how to do things either when you're older.
Helpless.
I still need help with
I'm
my car.
ruined.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on all the things that I don't know how to do. Because I don't even know how to explain it.
I just learned how to get my oil changed.
Well, you just drive to the place.
Yeah, it was hard.
I just learned how to get my oil changed. Like, in my head, I'm like, did you change your own oil?
No, I wasn't aware that like you had to do it at a certain time. Like my dad would just do it for me.
Yeah.
Why don't you still do it for me? Like I'm confused.
Confused.
Why is this my responsibility
Wait a second.
now?
Yeah. Well, there are things where I'm like, okay, well, I am ruined. Like, I don't know, because you always took care of it. I don't know what the deal. I'm like,
it's your fault.
Sorry,
Mom and Dad.
You did a really good job otherwise, but I am a little bit helpless.
Yeah. Well, we are going to get into some stories and give some advice.
Yay.
Not that we have any qualifications.
Well, careful.
But careful now. All right, so this one is from Relationship Advice. Last week, I, 26M, hooked up with my little sister's best friend,
26M.
24F.
26 male.
Mm-hmm. Last weekend, my older sister got married. My younger sister, Anna, 24F, was a bridesmaid. She brought her best friend, Linda, 24F, as her plus one. I've probably known Linda for at least 15 years, ever since we were in grade school. She's a very sweet, pretty, and funny girl. Well, during the reception, Linda and I were talking, and we were both a little buzzed, but not drunk. I told her I thought she looked really pretty. Out of nowhere.
I'm gonna kill myself.
She asked me why I never asked her out before. I told her because I always thought she was kind of out of my league.
Oh, for Christ's
sake.
Please. I am not strong enough for this.
She just laughed and said she had a crush on me for a long time. Like, why could this not happen to me? I don't understand. So the rest of the evening, we flirted pretty hard, and every time a slow song played, we danced together. By the end of the night, when we danced, we were holding on to each other pretty tight.
Oh my God, is this erotica?
Honestly, when I was reading this earlier, I'm like, wait.
Jesus Christ.
I'm tingling.
Gripping each other. I felt his member through his pants.
My sister at one point looked at me and raised an eyebrow, and I just shrugged. We ended up at my place that night and hooked up. It was great. We ended up hooking up twice, then fell asleep. Linda spent the night, and the next morning we hooked up again.
Oh.
This week we hung out a couple times. No sex the first, but we did hook up the second time. I told her I'd really like to date her. She said that she'd like that, but she wasn't sure how my sister would feel about her best friend dating her brother. So how do I bring this up to my sister? Do I tell her anything about what's already happened between me and Linda? Or do I just say I'd like to ask Linda out and leave out the part where we already hooked up?
Well, I don't know. I think he's older.
Yeah, by 2 years.
Okay. First of all, I want this. Like, I hate my stupid life. I want to be 24 and hooking up with someone's brother.
Truly. Well, this happened to me, my friend's brother. And it wasn't this like romantic or anything like that, but she was not happy about it though. Shout out, you know who you are.
And so what, you guys got in a fight and then?
We didn't know, but it was definitely awkward and it ended up not working out because he actually met the woman that he's married to now,
for
like
Christ's
almost
sake.
immediately after. But we did hook up like a couple times and it was definitely weird because we grew up together. It would have never worked out. Like we're totally different people, but it is, you are walking very, dangerous territory.
It's very dangerous.
And I think a lot of times they worry because they don't want their friendship to get messed up if, the brother fucks them over or it just ends up weird. But I don't have a brother. And so I've always been curious about this dynamic because it seems to me like sisters and brothers are really weird about their friends hooking up with their sibling.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Well, I've always been in love with a lot of my brother's best friends.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously this is in my dream world, like I marry one of my brother's friends or something like that. But
you gotta
like,
head on back to Minnesota.
No, I don't believe everyone in Minnesota is married. Like everyone in Minnesota, like
too late.
Even I keep saying to myself, I gotta wait for the first round of divorces. I'm like,
yeah.
Hello,
hurry up, folks.
like what clock tick tick tick. Where are the divorces? I thought it was 60%. Like everyone seems happily married.
Yeah, what's happening?
Like we need Operation Ditch the Bitch.
Cheat on them.
Cheat. I'm just kidding. Don't cheat. Just get divorced and then call me.
Swoop in. But the thing with you and your brother's age gap is that like there was no way anyone was.
Well, he did come to Cabo with me for spring break.
He
in college.
Yeah, once you got older. But when
I don't
you were
think
like
that he.
12,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that he. Maybe he hooked up with one of my friends one time or like visited me at college, but I didn't know if he did.
You don't think your friends would have told you?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Did anyone interested? Was anyone?
I think that he had a crush on one of my friends, but
did they on him?
I don't know. I think it's like with that stuff, it's like you try to, unless it like gets serious, you kind of don't like involve.
Yeah, like
it's
is there a thing with?
It's just kind of like I would be like, okay, well, I would be stressed because it's like that is my built-in best friend for life, my brother. My brother is always going to be around, so it better work out.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, you better be sure.
Is that you don't want it to
you just
fuck up either of your
I'm just conflict averse.
Okay, so it's not like, because to me it always feels a little bit like territorial or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But I guess,
or it's like you don't want to think about them having sex.
Yeah, it's just like then all of a sudden like a romantic. You have to think about your brother in a romantic situation.
Yeah, and I guess,
and then it's like your friends. When you're with your friends, you're gabbing about your sex lives.
Right, you can't then.
Like imagine Rachel and Monica in Friends.
Oh, I know.
But in this case, like the brother being older and a boy, unfortunately, this is the America that we live in. He could just be like, this is happening, and the little sister would just probably have to deal.
Oh, because he's older.
Because they're just an older brother,
the rules.
Little sister dynamics.
Do we think that what his two suggestions were, do I just tell her what happened, or do I pretend that I'm just interested in her?
I think we're gonna go back to basics on this one and say honesty is the best policy and say we hooked up.
Okay.
Because she already saw them kind of vibing out.
Yeah, and she did the whole little raise the eyebrows.
Yeah, so just be like, look, we hooked up that night, but
seeing each other.
We actually like each other.
It's more serious.
I think the way to go about it is like, you're not gonna hear about drama about it. Like I'm gonna treat her with respect, I would hope.
Yes.
And we're going to see where it goes and explore it because we're going to regret it if we don't.
Yeah.
Period.
I don't think that they should come in between.
Love,
True
connection.
love.
I mean, listen, I've always said, like, I want someone with, like, context and history that I already, like, somehow know.
Yes.
Like, that is the
Mutual
story at the
friends
wedding. You
kind
know
of
what I
thing.
mean?
And that's what they say. Great place to meet singles.
Weddings. I've been to
Although everyone's
700. So,
married.
yeah. Like, I'm available, by the way. You can't tell.
You haven't heard the news.
Oh, my brother's calling me.
Oh, answer it and ask him what dad ordered.
Hey, I'm literally, like, recording a podcast right now about siblings and being the younger sister.
Ask him some. Let's ask him some questions. Did you like being the oldest?
Yes, I do, except that I feel like I paved the way for all the, rules to be broken and got the penalties.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as bad for Melissa.
Oh, okay.
But I also was, like, really good, you have to remember. I was, like, a Christian woman.
You were.
I know.
And then were you ever interested in any of her friends or were you okay with any of your friends hooking up with her?
So, our age group or our age range was a little too far away when we were like kind of living together. But of course, my asshole friends would, like, oh, I'm going to marry your sister. And, you of course thought he was the grossest man ever. But yeah, there was definitely more, I feel like, jokes about, oh yeah, I'm going to marry your sister type of thing to make me pissed off.
Yeah.
Protective.
And is it because you just didn't want to think about your sister having sex?
That's exactly right. I couldn't have said it better.
Nail on the head there, doll.
And then were you ever interested when you went to Cabo in her friends?
Yeah, in Cabo, there were a bunch of hotties from Loyola,
LMU.
of course.
Only hotties accepted at LMU, of course.
Mm-hmm. So, and also, what birth order was your dad? Because she doesn't remember.
Do you know where dad fell?
Either the oldest or second oldest.
Yeah. Is Gomer oldest?
I think Gomer's older. And then I think he's second.
His name is Gomer?
It's like his nickname. I don't know where that came from. All right, Danny. I'll call you later. Well, you can't write that stuff.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
For all those times you stood with me.
We should have sang that to him. We should have told him, call him back. So I think, I guess just be honest with her. Who cares if you had hooked up with her already or if you don't and if you do in the future? Because it's going to happen either way.
Yeah.
You don't need her permission to do it.
Right.
So I say,
everyone's adults in a way. You're adults. You're 25, but whatever. This is when you got to strike. You're the hottest you'll ever be. Do it.
Do it now.
Trust me.
Live out those beautiful dreams that we fantasized that we had back in the day.
Yeah.
They're gone for us.
Like, you at least have a partner, Shannon.
That's true.
Don't attack me.
Don't patronize me.
Please.
Bitch.
Have some sensitivity.
I'll just never get those like first, days of dating back.
Yeah, that is sad. Grass is always greener.
That's true. Well, we do have a little bit of an update here.
What?
She wasn't surprised. It seems I was worried about nothing. I talked to my sister over at our parents' house today, and she thought something was going on between us because of how we were acting at the wedding. I just told her that me and Linda wanted to date, and she said that was great. But she warned me not to do it unless I'm 100% serious about it because Linda is such a great girl.
Okay, well, it seems like he got himself a catch. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
M26.
Yeah, I've always thought that it's strange but I'm not a sister of a brother, so
I don't know what it is. I think it's just protection.
But
because it's also like you kind of get replaced almost. Because it's like if you have like a lesbian sister.
Oh, okay.
But if it's like a straight.
So like your
couple,
best friend, because
it's like then he's going. Then he has got a main girl in his life.
Well, and also then your best friend is going to be spending more time.
Exactly,
with your
it's actually a double
you.
loss.
That is true. I never thought about that.
And would probably be like more shy about telling you stuff.
Yes, and maybe it would make a wedge between you guys.
Yeah, like
I was never like empathetic about it. I think, but I'm being
and
swayed.
Like if you you're sitting on the couch with your brother's like texting away and you're like, who are you texting? It's like, oh, you're texting my best friend. Like, let me text my best friend. Like,
yeah, put me in the group chat.
Yeah, it's like, don't talk without me.
Right, you're ignoring me.
I'm just kind of like I'm kind of a jealous. Like, I feel protective over everyone. I want to be, Yeah, I'm very much like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah. Same. I hate being excluded.
Yeah.
It's a trigger
It's
for
trauma.
me.
Yeah, it's trauma.
It is. So that's the ultimate, I suppose. You can't be in the bedroom with them.
I remember on my brother's wedding night, though, like, it was like, I was literally eating pizza with my brother and his bride on their wedding night at 3 a.m. And I was like,
go home?
okay, I'm going to go.
You guys can make it official. I'll see myself out.
They're both like dead asleep. I'm like,
You ruined it.
like, I got hot sauce.
You were cock blocking the whole night. All right. AITA for helping one daughter more than the other. I have two daughters who have made different choices in life that has led to different economic outcomes. I don't think one is more responsible than the other, but their career paths and choice of partners definitely led to my oldest being much more successful.
Well,
We recently sold our house and gave about $70K to my youngest to help with
in
buying
one
an
lump sum?
apartment.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
My eldest, 38F, is more gifted in math and is an engineer. She owns her own house, and her husband is an anesthesia assistant.
Oh,
They both make a comfortable salary and can afford piano lessons for son and daughter. Well, if that's not the height
this
of
family is
luxury.
rich.
My youngest daughter, 35F, has never been the best student but loves helping people. She got her degree in psychology and then married her boyfriend at the time. No one in the family liked her boyfriend due to us finding him to be lazy. He worked in snow removal in the winter but then took unemployment in the summer.
Hmm.
But she liked him and didn't listen to our concerns, so we decided to be supportive. They married and went through graduate school for social work. They had a daughter during her schooling, and then he decided he didn't want to be a father. She said it was out of the blue and thinks he found his current girlfriend then and wanted out.
Oh,
Yikes.
shit.
They divorced a year later, and now my youngest daughter and her daughter have been living in rentals. He does pay child support, but only $300 a month. She doesn't make a lot in social work despite having a master's. I moved out there temporarily to be with her and to babysit during the divorce, and we paid for part of her rent during that time. We sold our home to downsize the apartment. We really wanted our youngest daughter to be able to afford a permanent place to live and gave her $70K out of the sale. This was when interest rates were still low, so she bought a one bedroom for her and her daughter and locked in a good rate. My eldest found out about it and was
Shit.
angry because she feels like we always give her sister money. I told her that her sister is struggling and that she already has a house. She said it was her own choice to marry a loser everyone told her was a
Yeesh.
bad idea. She accused us of always financially helping her sister, and I told her if she needed help, we would help. She said she wouldn't because she knows her sister always is the one that needs hand holding. I think she needs to realize we will give help to the one who needs it, not just split it down the middle when she is already doing well.
I wonder, like, if the eldest feels like she's struggling at all or not really.
Or like even in other ways that maybe isn't financial. Like it does seem
Yeah.
like all of their attention is going to the youngest daughter, whether it's like she's moving out to help her, obviously this huge lump of money. It just seems like it's maybe not even just money, but it's like emotional support too.
Right. I mean, the youngest daughter is a single mom,
Yeah, yeah.
you
And
know?
got left like
And
literally with a baby.
I have an opinion.
Haven't.
I think that the mom is kind of coming from a good place where it's like, when you need help, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, what are you supposed to do? Leave her granddaughter and her daughter high and dry? It's like, she has money. My only thing is like giving a big lump sum to somebody who, I mean, we don't know if she always needs hand holding. I don't know
Yeah.
how smart she is with her money.
But don't you think that they would just be using it as a down payment?
Probably. It's like everyone in this family just is property owners, like, for Christ's sake.
Well, that's what one of the comments here said. You view it as helping the youngest who's in need, but buying an apartment isn't exactly an emergency. If she was being evicted and needed rent, that's different. But that amount of money is also essentially coming out of their inheritance. So that does make sense.
Yeah.
But
It's
also, like, that's so far away. Like, the money could just get blown in that amount of
right.
time. Like, who
Yeah. It's
said
like,
that they're
why does she need
holding
to
on
own it?
to
Why
it?
can't she rent?
Yeah, like why it's
But I
I
guess
guess the mom just wants her to have her own property and like feel stable
yeah, and like it's a good asset to have, like obviously, but
instead of money just getting
like I
thrown
have an
down the
idea.
drain.
Mom, why don't you
Mama.
give me the 70K? I'll get a house and your daughter and granddaughter can live with me rent free as long as they're very
Give
clean.
it to Missy.
Yeah.
We'll send you her PO box info. If I was the sister, I think I definitely would be like, "Whoa, okay, wow,
Yeah, I'd be like, this is bullshit.
70K. Like, why can't then I have maybe 35K of the
Something
house? Like, if it's not the full 70K because I don't need it, but like, or do you want to hold on to it for a time that
that
maybe
I
then
need it.
I will need help?" And it doesn't sound like, besides the fact that the younger sister got left by this shitty guy, like, it doesn't sound like it's her fault that happened, like, that just sucks that this
Mhm.
happened to her. It wasn't, like, yeah, maybe her picker was off, but you can't help the way
Yeah.
other people are gonna that's victim blaming, I think. The woman got her master's, the youngest daughter has a master's, it just so happens that she's working in social work, so it's not like she's a
It's not like she's
bum.
down and out, like,
No, she has
without
her
any qualifications. She's got a master's degree.
she just happens to work in a field that doesn't pay well.
Yeah.
She's helping other people, and she just happens to now be a single mom.
I also find, like, when things are I mean, I don't know. I feel like when things are handed to you, it does like, there she's not gonna feel like she invested her money into that too.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, there's something to be said about, like, having
Or
your
doing
own
it
money. Yeah,
yourself?
your own money to pay your own stuff. But,
Yeah, but if your parents are giving you 70K,
yeah, I mean,
like, wouldn't you be
trust me,
like,
I wouldn't
"Yeah,
kick it out of bed.
yeah."
Um, I do I don't think that she's an asshole.
Which one?
The
The
mom.
mom?
I think that she's, like, is a mom and is helping her single mom daughter.
Yeah, I just feel like
But I
there
do
is
think it might be a little
something.
unfair.
It definitely is unfair. I think it's also just like a pattern of like, oh my God, you're always going to save her. Especially like we were saying earlier, the oldest does sometimes like not maybe. I guess it just depends on the
It's, like,
family.
always on their own.
Sometimes yeah, and then sometimes they get the more of the attention. But it sounds like here that the youngest one was the one that just needed more help.
Yeah, well, they're just, like, not worried about the oldest.
I feel like that's probably more of the dynamic in my family, I would say. Like, I
Yeah,
think I was just always a little bit more I was the one always getting into trouble more and needing to get, like, you know,
bailed
bailed out
out,
of
so to
situations,
speak.
literally and figuratively. No, actually, all 3 times I was in jail, I never got bailed out.
You went to jail 3 times.
Well, it's like 2.5,
Oh my god,
but
Shannon.
those are stories for another day. Stay
The
tuned.
jail
The
episode.
jail episode. I should get someone on that's also been to jail.
25 someone who's in for life.
You have a call from someone from Rikers.
Yeah.
But all that to say, I was never bailed out. I did my time. That was literally one night. It was one night both times.
The
Okay,
time in the
guys?
clink. Your time in the clink taught you a lot, Shan.
All right, but they continue this comment saying she likely has come to the conclusion that she's not going to be getting much out of the inheritance since you're spending it all on her sister and may leave more to
Yeah,
her.
that's
That
true.
just seems unfair
They need to
and
put
can
pen to
hurt.
paper.
Well, somebody else was suggesting like, why don't you in your will subtract that from her inheritance? I guess they're expecting that these people have a
Like,
lot of
these
inheritance.
people are guess what? I don't really care about they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a second, I want to make sure I get my full 9 million.
But say they do have a good amount of money to be giving them. Do you think that that should be something that's happening where they are subtracting what they are giving her from the overall inheritance later?
Yeah, I guess.
It almost seems like to me that the comments are more putting words into her mouth that it's about the inheritance because nowhere in there does it really say that. I think it's just more about fairness, like while you're still
Yeah,
alive.
yeah. Because it's like, I don't think this would affect the inheritance.
I don't think so because who knows? I mean, hopefully the parents are still alive for a while and be able to spend money, their
This
own
is very
money.
succession.
I think you could maybe give her something or
I sent him on vacation.
yeah, give her a little something, a little trip. Do something nice or go to her and be like, "What like
What
is
would
there
you
something you need?
How can I support you?
How can I support you?" Even like just emotionally
Maybe like babysitting.
yeah, yeah, do they have kids?
Yeah, they think they have a piano lesson, so their son and their daughter.
Oh, well
They
then
have 2
yeah, give her some
kids.
help. Go and like stay near her for a period of time and give her a little break from the kids, or like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It just seems like she's not emotionally feeling supported by her parents. And I think that you need to, as the parent, then go to her and say, how can we help you?
Right. Fair.
So I think she's not necessarily like the asshole, but I do think you need
She needs to
to
check in with
show
her
some
eldest.
love to your other child. Because there's definitely like certain things where my parents still pay my sisters something or other, but then they'll help me out here and there with other
Yeah.
things. Like there's just, it's not always going to be tit for tat, and you can't live in that mindset all the
No.
time. But I definitely never feel it being outweighed. So my parents are doing a good job of balancing it.
Yeah,
And
you both feel supported, and
yeah,
like not one person's getting the
it
short end of
all.
the stick or at all or
Yeah.
whatever.
Because like I was
Okay.
saying before, it's like emotionally and financially, she's getting it all.
Yeah.
And just
She's
because you are working a job and you
and
have
like
a
she
more
probably just
stable
feels like she's
husband.
being punished for having life together.
Right.
But she has a husband. Like honestly, like she should be thanking her like he's not.
Can someone date Missy, please?
She should be
Line
like
it up.
she should be like praying, like thanking God. And she's getting what seems to be a very big inheritance at some point in her life.
Truly.
I'm having a hard time mustering up some empathy.
Yeah. You guys are doing
Her
just
kids
fine.
are in fucking piano lessons. I would kill for piano lessons.
What do you want?
Like, sheesh.
Sheesh Louise. All right, so maybe we're on neither of their sides. No, both their sides.
Yeah. No one's really an asshole. I just think communication is key.
Ain't it always?
Period. End of story.
Period. End of story. All right, so we're going no assholes here, but talk to your daughter and help her
'Cause
out.
fathers, be good to
Your
your daughters.
daughters. All right, let's listen to a listener voicemail.
Hi, Shannon. Just wanted to get some advice on my boyfriend's sister. I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 6 years. He's 27, I'm 26, and his sister is 21. His sister has never been like a huge fan of me. I haven't been a huge fan of her. Like she's the youngest. She's the only girl. She and my boyfriend were very close growing up. I've seen him like do a lot of stuff for her and be pressured to do a lot of stuff for her because she's the youngest sister. And like, I just really haven't seen her appreciate it like in return. Like I've seen him be pressured to like write papers for her and like whatnot. So about 6 months ago, I had texted my boyfriend's sister and I had been offered a job nannying and I didn't want to take it. I offered it to her and she took it. And then like right after that, like not even a week later, I found out that their family had planned a trip for her 21st birthday and that she requested that I not go, but she wanted my boyfriend, aka her brother, to go. So I was like really devastated, especially because like this was a huge thing. Like their aunts were going, a cousin, grandma, like it was this big trip. I had found out that she had like held this resentment against me because she thinks that I'm taking her brother away from her. My boyfriend decided to go and like I encouraged him because I didn't want her to hold any more resentment towards me. So he went on the trip, but with the condition of she was going to talk to me after and like also unblock me because at this point we had found out she had blocked my number. Well, he went on the trip and she didn't unblock me. She hasn't talked to me. She's refused to talk to me. It's been 6 months. We just celebrated Thanksgiving and she did not go to their family's Thanksgiving because she would not be in the same room as me. Their parents also did not go to Thanksgiving with their family because she didn't want to be around me. I just don't even know where to go from here. Like she refuses to talk. She refuses to work things out. And like it's isolating my boyfriend's family from him and like he's just devastated. So just don't know where to go from here.
I smell something official-ish.
What do you smell?
Like, what is warranting blocking this number, like sitting out? Why does she hate her so much? I feel like we're missing something.
I mean, she truly just said, I followed up and she said it's just simply because they
feels
feel like I'm taking him away from her.
But then her parents are also like, okay.
Well, that's why I then asked her, is the mom the same way? And she said yes.
Well,
so it's a family weird mentality of like the
dynamic.
boy mom being upset that like anyone that comes
That's
into their
disgusting.
son's life then is like taking them away from them. And that is just not the case.
That is really, really sad. First of all, I'm really sorry, listener.
It's very like
It makes
Freudian
no
or
sense. Yeah, like
Odysseus or what's that guy?
Oedipus.
Oedipus. Thank you.
Odysseus.
Odysseus.
I just like, unfortunately, she sounds young.
26.
I don't think this is gonna. I think this is gonna end your relationship.
You think?
Yeah, unless the son is like sits down with his family and says you either have to accept me. I mean, I just wouldn't be able to deal with that if I, as a
No.
partner, I would be like, what is he supposed to do? Straight up.
Well, I do think that it is his responsibility to mend this because, you know, she only has a relationship with these people because of him.
Right.
So he definitely needs to step in. It sounds like he has and like has asked them to speak and they refuse.
To have her number blocked is so weird.
That is so weird. It doesn't make any sense. And if you do the math, she's known her since the little sister was like 15.
So because they've been together for 5 years. 6 years.
And so she said, I asked her, like, did it get worse? And she said she was definitely apprehensive about me before, but it's gotten worse in the past year. My boyfriend has talked to her and his parents several times and has said that his sister needs to talk to me so we can resolve things, and she refuses. She has told him she doesn't want to be involved in our relationship, and they do all live in the same area. They do have another brother, but he has never had a serious girlfriend, and this is the first serious girlfriend in the whole family that's ever been like involved or brought home. But it's been like 6 years. Like, how is this still a problem? But this is what I think. Like, I feel like the boyfriend needs to like sit his parents down and his sister, whomever, and be like, look, me having a relationship is not.
It is not an either or situation.
Right. She is not taking me away from you in any way. I still love you. It sounds like he's a very involved brother who's writing papers. God bless.
This family is freaking me out.
Too much enmeshment happening.
This family is freaking me out. That's why I'm saying maybe this girl should take the red flag. It's a red flag. Like, do you want these people to be your in-laws?
I know, but I know like there's the whole like you marry the family and everything, but it's like what? So then you're not supposed to be with someone who's like potentially the love of your life partner just because of that. Like I feel like we're not there yet. It seems like she doesn't want to move on. Like she wants to figure out a way to resolve this.
Yeah.
And so
but the son needs to be like, you don't. If you care, you're not showing me love. Like this is not an act of love for you to not
be accepting
be happy
my partner.
for me. Yeah, like wanting me to be happy.
And she's not taking me away from you guys, but your actions are what is going to take me away from you guys.
We're not going to have a relationship
if you don't accept my partner,
right?
Because
if it's not even about her, it's about anyone.
Oh, I think it would be literally any partner that came into.
I would love to get the sister side of the story.
I know. Tell her to write in.
I would love the sister side of the story.
I'm going to take the listener for her word that it really truly is that she didn't do anything wrong. I mean, she gave her a nannying job.
And then she was like, yeah, I'm going to continue to block her.
Yeah. And not invite her to I would be so sad to not go to that 21st birthday, like vacation. That sounded like so much fun.
I know.
The aunts and cousins were there, the grandparents, like talk about triggered from feeling left out. Like that would suck.
Yeah.
And then she didn't even follow through on that you need to have a conversation with her after. It sucks that your boyfriend's like devastated about this, but it just feels like there definitely could be
he needs to get the point
do.
Across in the big boy way and say, listen, if you want to be in my life, a part of my life, you are going to lose me.
Yeah.
For good.
Like
you will be replaced.
Yeah. You think you're not getting me now.
Right.
Just you wait. Because I've had friends that have literally had to move away. That's why I asked her if they lived in the same area because they couldn't handle the toxicity that their family was. And that sucks.
That's sad.
They didn't want to, but it was like, let's take this job opportunity because we can't be around this.
Yeah.
This toxicity. I was talking to my parents about it earlier, and my dad was saying that he thought maybe the brother or the boyfriend should go and talk to the dad about it because it kind of feels like the sister's definitely charged about it. She says that the mom kind of has that sort of feeling too. So
maybe the
dad kind of sounds like he's just going along with it and doesn't understand it because they're not going to Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, what was he told? It feels like they just villainize
Haley's
her.
freaky.
So maybe he could talk to
That's a freaky
his dad and be
reaction.
like, "What's going on? Like, I want you guys to be around each other." Maybe even he can ask her, his family, like, what happened? Did she do something, or do you just feel this way about
Yeah, go
anyone
in
that
with
I
like
would
with
date?
open ears and open heart,
Questioning.
and say, "I love you." Lead with love. Always lead with love, but do make it clear that you will lose me.
Right. If you're not accepting.
Because if I don't end up with her, there's going to be someone else that comes along.
Right.
We're going to have this problem time and time again. I can't marry you, Mom. I can't marry you, sister.
Yeah. What do you want?
Fucking freaks.
It's not like it's not even like we're moving away and she's literally actually physically
She wants to be
taking me
involved.
away.
It's like she wants to come on the trips. Like,
Right. And she was devastated that she couldn't.
I hope the little sister gets a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and
No, she needs some
then
distractions.
yeah, the brother can be like, "No, I'm blocking
Give it right
it."
back to her and give her a taste of her own medicine.
Yeah.
Do we think that there's anything that the listener can do specifically? Like, she's blocked, so I don't know how you'd reach out, but do you think she could like send her an email or something?
Maybe, or like maybe write a letter to have the brother give. But
Yeah,
I don't
write a letter. But
I don't think
not
it's
your
her. Yeah, I don't think it's her
problem.
problem. I don't think there's anything to do. I think just continue like doing you.
Yeah, and showing up,
And just maybe
being supportive for your
yeah.
partner during this time, because it's not your fault unless you
Yeah.
did something.
Unless
but
of course
you're not
there's something
telling
that we're
us.
not that we don't know, which just seems like such a crazy reaction for nothing.
I guess some people are just like that, though. I mean, that's kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier with the other situation. Is like brothers and sisters have a weird thing about them, like dating other people or something.
I know, it's so humans are freaks.
There's some kind of weird, like territorial something. I need to get to the bottom of it. I don't get it.
Today.
So that Inspector Gadget. So that's our best advice.
Yeah, good luck with that, girl.
Is have him really get in there and figure out what the heck is going on.
Seriously.
Because it's his issue, really. It's not yours.
Yeah.
He's got to deal with it. They're his family, unfortunately.
You can pick your nose, you can pick your friends, you can't pick your family.
All right, do we have time for one more?
Sure.
It's a little short, funny one. This is from Today I Fucked Up by telling my girlfriend's 3 older brothers about how rough their sister likes it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me?
Squeeze me?
That is fucking disgusting. Yes, you are the asshole. Get out of my face. No further questions.
My 29M girlfriend, 21F, will be moving in with me soon and just told her family about me last week. Her brothers invited me over for beers to get to know me.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Started off very formal with intros and us just getting to know each other, but they weren't very friendly and pretty much just grilled me for over 2 hours about how we met with her interning at my office. She was an intern, but never reported to me. I have had interns report to me in the past, and I kept those strictly professional. Her brothers and I finally got to a place where we were just shooting the shit about current events and our lives. Several beers deep, and they're finally starting to loosen up. One of her brothers starts talking about his ex and some of her harder appetites. In my drunken stupor, I said, "Yeah, man, that's nothing. Some girls really love for you to push them to their limits." He laughed and asked what I meant, and I said, it'll be weird if you guys know about that. We were all quiet and just looking at our drinks for like 45 seconds as they digested what I said, and I'm realizing how fucking stupid I am. Whatever friendliness we were working up to is gone, and now there's this tense awkwardness. I offered to get the entire bill. They didn't even thank me, and then we went our separate ways.
Oh, God.
My girlfriend is staying over tonight, and she asked me how it went because her family is super protective of her. I told her, and she went white as a ghost. She's still in disbelief over how stupid I am and said, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh, bro. You are in trouble. I would be so fucking pissed.
Mortified.
I would be so pissed. Is this like, there's no advice to give. It's already, you did it.
Yeah.
Like, good luck.
Best of luck.
I think you may have lost your girlfriend.
And I think also like the
How do you
how
come
are you
back
ever
with
gonna come
that?
back from the brothers? And they were all sitting staring at the drinks for like
'Cause
45
they
seconds.
already didn't like him.
Yeah. He already started off on such.
Ew, he also sounds like a douche.
Also, the fact that he met her intern, she's 21, he's 29. You know, age gaps are fine, like, but I think when you're young, it's
Age gaps mean more when you're young.
yes, especially like a 21-year-old. Sounds like she's an intern
Think about who
between
you were at
junior and
20
senior year of college.
Think about who you were at 21 and then who you were at 29.
Oh, completely different.
The
I don't
28 to
even
33 is hugely different too.
think.
I
Oh, is
think.
that a situation you had?
I mean, no, I don't know. I just think like I'm a different person. 20, I guess 28.
Oh.
I don't know. 28, maybe I was kind of like realized.
Yeah.
But like
I'd say
20,
like 28 is when I became like,
I kind of feel forever 28 actually.
yeah, me too.
Wait a
Forever
second.
28.
I like want to say 28 when people ask me how old I am.
We look at baby.
You already heard first.
They're like, really? I'm watching the YouTube
Yeah,
and
This is actually HD and I can see some crow's feet and some 11s, but
hopefully you're listening on Apple.
we totally look at baby.
It is quite a difference, 21 to 29. She's still in college, it sounds like, and I understand. I bet you the brothers are even younger than him.
They're in middle school.
Yeah.
He's buying beer for them. They're underage.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, guys. I got some fake IDs.
Trying to win them over.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the heebie-jeebies from that guy.
Well, I think also the fact that she just told the family about it last week and they're moving in together. Like, what's that
Yeah, there's
about?
something fishy happening. Like, this is not a good. This is the start of a series of bad decisions.
Yeah.
As a
Moving
28-year-old
in.
woman talking to you, let me tell you.
So I just this doesn't sound good. I don't know what to say.
You know, it sounds bad. It sounds toxic.
Do you think that he should try and reach out to the brothers at all and be like, I was talking about an ex?
I know, but like, would that even help?
It's too late. He should have said that in the
In moment.
it happened.
Yeah.
After they said, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my God, no, I dated
I
this
dated this crazy bitch.
girl. She was 28 with crazy crow's feet for some weird reason.
She was 28 and looked like hell. She was ridden hard and put away wet. Let's just say that. The oldest 28 I've ever seen.
That is what he should have said.
Yeah.
You
He's
idiot.
messed up. He's so stupid.
Well, actually, and then there were some comments that were like, I saw an older post of yours asking for advice on how to not appear creepy and predatory to her family, dating their youngest as someone significantly older. And then you pull this masterful maneuver from my friend.
Seriously.
And
Hard to make it harder on yourself.
And then someone else like said they were like, literally, he wrote that post yesterday.
He's like literally like his girlfriend's like literally brushing her teeth, getting ready for bed, pissed about it. Like, and he's typing this post
In real time.
He's like,
live
and so I
tweeting
just
this.
told her she's not exactly happy.
How do you guys think I did?
So what should I do, guys? Seriously, urgent. She's coming back any second. I hear her footsteps. They're gonna
I didn't take your advice yesterday, but maybe I will today.
Don't move in at fucking 21. You're an idiot.
I know. Why are you doing that?
Don't move in. Don't move in. Wait.
Don't do it.
How old were you when you moved in?
Well, actually, that was a mistake that we think we made. That's why we ended up breaking up like 2 years in. Is we moved in together in a year and we were 26.
Too soon.
25 and 26. We ended up breaking up a year into us living together because it really was just too soon. I think if we had lived, because we were living like 45 minutes away from each other in LA, I think if we had lived closer, we wouldn't have. But it was like we were in a long distance relationship.
Right.
And we were spending like every night together anyway. So I think we were like, let's just move in together and like we'll save on rent and whatever. But like looking back, I really wish that we didn't because I think that did fuck us up. So
Yeah. Don't do it.
don't do it. And the
Take
fact that
this-
you're just telling your family about it, that's a red flag in itself.
Yeah.
We do have an update though.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Uh-huh. He said once we were both up, she wanted me to give her the full play-by-play on how the hell this actually happened. I told her every detail. I remembered. She called me an absolute idiot, but I got her to laugh about it, so I'm not in the doghouse.
Oh my God.
She said she's probably going to avoid her brothers for a while because this is too awkward and embarrassing. She's also grossed out that they'd even bring up the topic of sex when they just met me.
Oh, so now she's mad at her brothers?
Yeah, now it's their fault.
Of course.
I sent her oldest brother a text this morning. Had fun, let's do this again. And he liked the text, so I might be okay with the brothers. You think that's a good thing, honey? Are you kidding me?
I would jump off of the Williamsburg Bridge.
That is the most passive
Like, he gave it a thumbs up. It's like,
do.
no, you're toast.
He's like, oh, that's such a boy thing to think that is okay.
He liked it. Oh, he liked it. He likes me.
He likes me.
Like, I wish I was a guy. Oh, perfect. He liked
Truly.
it.
The amount of underthinking they do.
They're just like, oh, okay, great. You
Great,
liked it.
You liked it. Wow.
Oh
To be a
my
man.
God.
To be
I
a
can't.
man. He said, we're meeting her parents tomorrow for brunch. She's banned me from touching any alcohol when talking to his family. I was planning on being stone cold sober anyway. She said if I somehow inadvertently tell her parents about our sex life, she's going to stab me. So additional motivation to be on my best behavior.
Okay, he's a freak.
Crazy man.
Good luck to you both.
I was searching really hard for all these little sister ones, so I guess most of them
Those
are
are
about
good.
fuck it.
Well, of course.
What isn't really at the end of the day.
That's the universal truth that brings us all together. Huh?
Yeah. You suck, crazy boy. Don't know what to tell you.
Don't know what to tell you. I would go to therapy and go fast.
And don't move in together. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
My God, thanks for coming over.
It means the world to me.
I've missed ya.
I've missed you. This was so fun.
I hope I didn't talk too much.
I'll cut it out if you did.
Okay.
It's just all me. I cut out everything you said.
So we have a guest. Me.
You just go, yeah. I just cut out everything, but totally. You're so right. Well, plug yourself, Missy.
Well, hey, okay. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Missy. It's not Mitzi. It's not Misty. It's Missy.
Oh, Mitzi. Wow.
It's
that's a
my
new
last
one.
name is pronounced McIntosh. My Instagram handle and TikTok handle are Missy MISSY
Dot.
MCIN. TOSH, and anything I'm up to or basically any thought I've ever had is kind of up there. So
And she and Marty are doing live shows now here in New York.
yeah, we'll have
300 people at their last one, excuse me.
That's right.
So if you guys are in New York, and I know a lot of you are,
Follow
go
along.
to the freaking show.
Yeah,
Give her a follow. She's hilarious. Funniest girl I know, period.
and the prettiest.
Point and the prettiest, of course. International supermodel. Thank you guys so much for listening. And remember, you can't spell drama without D.
I love that.